Everyone, I'm here to talk about the Venus gate in Aquarius today. It happens at 1:39 p.m. Eastern, and this is when Venus and the Moon conjunct. And in this phase of the Venus gate, we're in the morning star phase still. We're coming to the end of the morning star phase, and this is the Venus gate of the root chakra. So this is an invitation to let go of anything in that chakra that is not serving us any longer. And I'm going to share kind of personally what's been coming up for me, because I figure some will resonate with it, and it's even kind of hard for me to tell if it's really fully mine or if it's collective. But for me, with the root chakra lately, and I'm usually a very grounded, connected, earthy individual. I have to say, I think Pluto's transition from Capricorn to Aquarius is sort of shifting that earth connection a little bit, because Pluto is deep, 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 deep. It's the underworld, right? Which is that's Mother Earth. That's the inner earth. And it's going from an earth sign into an air sign. So it can feel a little bit ungrounding, and we can feel a little bit more like energy in the head. Plus we're in Pisces season, which is water. So I've definitely been feeling like I have to make an effort to ground my energy each day. And what else has been coming up for me is a fear of the future. And I think that kind of makes sense with Aquarius, because Aquarius usually is futuristic. And we're kind of on this precipice of so much change. And I've been feeling kind of a lot of fear around that. Feels collective for me. I don't feel like I personally fear the future. That feels collective. People are anticipating a lot of bad things or something. So I feel like I just want to really release that from the root chakra, release it to the earth, surrender to Mother Earth, and trust her. And a lot of this feels like it's influenced by the uptick in solar activity we've been experiencing. And I think this Jupiter and Uranus conjunction that's coming up next month, and the eclipse season. It's a lot of energy coming our way. But what I'm feeling as well is this huge rebirth and transformation that we're being invited to surrender into. And so I'm about to head to the Yucatan next week, and something that came up for me that I found really interesting is when I look at the cenotes, the underground caves, it was making me feel kind of uncomfortable. And I had these memories resurface from a cataclysm where I had to go underground. And I think that's another thing I've been feeling into, is this collective fear that dates back all the way back to some of these greater cataclysms that we have experienced before. It's related to Pleiades and the Taurus sign. And it's hard for me to put it all into words, but I just feel like what's actually on the horizon for us is this huge expansion of consciousness, and that we're really being asked to surrender and trust, like I said earlier, really connect with the earth, because we are the earth. Our consciousness is connected with the earth's consciousness. So the more that we can ground and connect with her and feel safe, the more harmony we feel with the elements and with nature. And I believe that a lot of these cataclysms that happened in the past possibly happened because we were so out of balance with nature. And it not as a punishment, it's not like Mother Nature was punishing us, but it was like a mirror of our consciousness. How we were out of balance and how we were possibly causing ourselves more harm and the earth more harm by how we were using the elements. And we're kind of circling back to this again today, but it honestly, I don't feel that the misuse or the imbalance is actually as bad as it was then, which some people might find hard to believe. I actually think there is so much potential for us to remember how to come into harmony with the earth and to preserve her resources for the future generations to come. And it may require us seeing more of the shadow of some of the things that people are trying to push as, how do I put this? Things that people are trying to push that are inversions of environmental sustainability. I think that that's going to become more obvious how out of balance that these ideas are that certain individuals have in mind that they're trying to push. And I think that humanity is going to see through this. And I just feel this like huge awakening that is going to allow us to see a lot more about ourselves that will help us be able to see the truth of nature and natural law. I don't know how else to say it. I realize everybody has a different perception, but there are certain laws of nature that we need to stay in balance with. This whole principle of Ma'at. And having compassion for ourselves and others as we learn, as we remember, I wanted to pull some cards around this. So I've got to pull one from my Atlantis deck because I'm feeling that sort of like cataclysm energy. And so I want to know, what do we need to know around that energy? And, or why is it arising? Ooh, manifestation. Selenite. We attract what we desire, and we desire what we attract. So it kind of feels like this opportunity to see, okay, we've experienced this before. This is not what we want to experience again. How do we clear the fear? How do we come into harmony? And how do we visualize a more beautiful future that will sustain us and the generations to come? And I love the energy of the selenite. Like I can see us using that selenite to really clear the root chakra and clear our field if those kinds of fears are getting to us. And I think another part of the fear is not to suppress it, but to acknowledge it and let it be heard and seen, and then to comfort ourselves through it, to release it. So what do we need to know? What is this Venus gate showing us? Ooh. The tree of life, map, support, and connection. Oh, wow. And this reminds me of that grounding again, and how connecting with the roots of the earth, connecting with the earth actually also connects us to the heavens. As above, so below. I want to see what this card says. The tree of life. I'm just hearing like world tree. Where are you, tree of life? Here you are. The glyph of the tree of life often feels oddly familiar to those who have never seen it before. It's a geometric shape that holds all there was, all there is, and all there will be. This card is bringing the map to your consciousness for a reason, and as with all maps, it can show you where you've been, where you are and where you're going and how to get there. Take some time to consider the position you find yourself in. Ask where you want to be and which experience or path will get you there. Being fully present with the choices you make is something that brings a magic of its own. You cannot take control of your life without it. You are your own tree. Acknowledge the way this form vibrates within you, and as you do, you can bring your physical, emotional, and spiritual being into alignment. Understand what is no longer serving you and adjust. There could be issues of support or lack of it in your life right now. Look at the image and ask where that lack comes from. What personality or soul archetype is in play and how best to address it. And this really reminds me of inner child work when we're talking about support or feeling lack of support. And something that I lean into over and over and over is connecting with the earth as a mother and connecting with the cosmos as a mother as well. And knowing that I'm always held by both, you know? And I think that through the past, you know, with the feminine being suppressed or forgotten, we forgot the great mother, you know? And I think that is where we feel like a lack of safety sometimes. And I wanted to pull a card from my, from my rose deck, because I always love pulling one from the rose for the Venus gates, because Venus's pattern makes a rose, and she's connected to the rose lineage and the goddess. So, what does the rose have to share with us about this Venus gate? What energy can we lean into? Oh boy, this is right on. The fertile void. That's what I'm feeling so much, you guys. Inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. And I feel like I keep getting the message over and over and over that there's like so much abundance on the horizon. And then at this time where we're in between winter and spring, it feels like that void. Like, it's like where I live, it's not quite time to like start things outside yet. So you're still like inside a lot. There's more rain. It's like, it is this like still energy and this void energy. And I literally the past couple of days just felt like I'm floating through space. Like, that's this sort of Aquarian and Piscean energy. But it feels like it's a good time to rest and just kind of let all this stuff gestate. Let go of what needs to be let go of, and to allow the seeds to arise. You know, with it, I was thinking of talking about the Pisces New Moon too, because that's just in a couple of days. And I had sort of like, I didn't have much to say about it. One thing I will say that I noticed is that it's trining Pluto. And we're actually, I was looking ahead at the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction as well, which is, when that happens, Venus is squaring Pluto and Osiris. So like I say, it's just like this major transformation. And we've been going through a lot of purification. And I think that when you go through all of these purifications, you kind of can be left not knowing who you are anymore, or who this new version is yet. And that's the fertile void, which is like, for me, usually is massively uncomfortable. Every time I try to get more and more comfortable in it, because it's just the unknown. But what I'm feeling is like, how can we get excited about the unknown rather than fearing it, you know? And I think that maybe the past memories come up because we are trying to know what to expect. So then we look to the past to try to find something to grab onto, to know what's coming. And really what we need to do is be open to creating our dreams. And it's not all in our control. It's as simple as having some intentions, but we're in co-creation with these higher energies to like at a new level is what I'm feeling. There's a lot more co-creation between humans and the unseen realms, at least more conscious co-creation. So I'm gonna ask Holly what we need to let go of, because she can really help through these transitions. Ooh, Anahata Kali. That is interesting. I'm seeing a lot of heart energy in this card, and also the Merkaba, which is the harmony with the elements and ether. Let's see what this card says, and it's 33, my favorite number. Beautiful, powerful mother of sacred universal heart, who lives within our hearts as the wisdom and healing power of love. Your heart knows how to heal and how to open, how to break and repair itself to become stronger and wiser than before. Your heart cannot be contained or constrained by what has taken place. Your heart wisdom and empowerment are growing. Soon you shall have the wisdom and courage to accomplish something very important for your soul journey. Trust in the invisible workings of divine love and let your heart be at peace. Wow. And it says she's the goddess who secures the awakening, transformation, and liberation of the heart. Love is her expression. And something that was coming to me earlier is that when we're in a state of fear and we don't feel safe, we close our heart. It's hard for us to have an open heart when we're feeling that way. So this release of all of those kinds of feelings will help us to be open to receive what's on the horizon for us, and to be open to manifest it and connect with people, connect with nature, connect with everything, right? And it's like when we can keep our heart open through these uncertain times, we can remain in that flow state. We can stay in that flow state and help manifest something more beautiful. And I'm just hearing like fearless warrior. And this isn't a warrior of violence. It's a warrior of the heart and a warrior of our planet and humanity. A warrior of love. So I'm going to pull one more, and then I'm going to show you guys a mudra. I wanted to see what energy comes through for this. You know what? I'm going to ask about the new moon, actually. I'm going to ask what card wants to come through for the Pisces New Moon in a couple of days. This is from the Chinese 5 Elements Oracle. Earth sheep, return to your center. Yeah. And then look at that flow state too. Oh, look at that. I want to be where that sheep is right now. Like I can hear the water, and I can just hear it like rinsing away everything that just needs to be cleared. Let's see what this card says. 56. The earth sheep pillar with yin earth over the sheep's yin earth represents the nurturing, grounding qualities of Mother Earth. Her frequency of peace is easiest to find in the quiet. The sign that prepares us from summer to fall, the sheep encourages us to look forward to fall harvest as we say goodbye to a joyful summer. With hidden yin fire and yin wood, the sheep reminds us to keep cultivating our joy and compassion from within. This card is a message from Mother Earth to return to the body. Slow down and allow your senses to return you to the present. Treat the body as your sanctuary. Tune into what it needs. Rest when the body feels tired. Gentle movement to restore energy when it feels lethargic. And sitting in silence to find stillness when the inner voices are getting too loud. Take time out to replenish the self. Treat yourself to beauty and delights. Engage in rituals that nourish the spirit within. Earth element is associated with the center and in the body. It rules the stomach, spleen, and pancreas. Eat whole foods that make you feel vibrant An imbalance of earth can lead to worries and heaviness. Surrender them to the Mother Earth to lighten up. She'll help contain your anxieties and fears. Count your blessings to connect to her energy of gratitude and feel your body relaxed and your spirit lifted. How perfect is that card for not only this Venus gate of the root chakra, but also this Pisces new moon? Pisces is about rest. You know, it's like we're getting this final rest before we step into a busier season. And it was interesting how it mentioned appreciating, like looking forward to the fall harvest. It's kind of like in a different time of year, but we've been working on so much in ourselves, and it feels like we deserve a break and to appreciate how far we've come on our journey, and to just allow ourselves to sort of integrate that and nourish ourselves. And gosh, I love this card. And I have to tell you, this reading itself has just made me feel so much better, because I was feeling a little funny about coming on and talking about all this stuff, but I'm like, you know what? I'm human. I'm going to be honest about what's coming up. And then it's funny when you just kind of surrender to the divine and the messages, how they can be so supportive and help bring you back to center. That's how I feel right now. So I pulled out this mudra card, fearlessness. And essentially you just take your hand and you let your elbow rest next to your side. And it says, my courage and self-assurance is unwavering. And you can just sit in, if you're just anywhere, you can do this anywhere. Do it for a few minutes, do it for longer if you want, meditate. And I pulled out two, actually. Another one, which is very Piscean, is surrender for the root chakra as well. And this one, it's a little bit more complicated, but essentially, here I'll read the instructions too. This is for release, support, and grounding. So you bring the hands together, connect the tips of the index and pinky fingers, and curl these two. So like this, curl these, and then put your thumbs together like that. It's basically like a heart, and you let this rest down in your root chakra. And it says, just so you know, it lowers blood pressure. And the focus is, with deep awareness, I surrender what I no longer need. And I'm just going to show you the card one more time so you can get a good look at that mudra. It's called Pranadhana Mudra. Yeah, so I hope you guys are doing all right out there. I'd love to know if any of you are having ancient cataclysmic memories too. It feels so silly, but it is what it is, So I hope you have a great Venus gate and a wonderful new moon. Love you.